Hello, today we'll be discussing question and answer of chapter 3 Making of Global World, question number 7, subject history, class 10th. I'm Neha, so let's begin with the video. Question number 7, explain the three types of movements or flows within the international economic exchange. Find one example of each type of flow which involved India and Indians. Write a short account of it. The three types of movements or flows within the international economic exchange are trade flows, human capital flows, and capital flows or investments. So the three types of flows are, first is the trade flow, as if whatever the trade was going on, Indian spices, textiles, human capital flows, that is migration of laborers to different countries, that is the labor market, to work in abroad companies and plantations. Capital flows or investments, so whatever the loan the countries, nations were taking so as to improve the economy. So these were the three types of flows. This can be explained as the trade in agricultural products, migration of labor, and financial loans to and from other nations. The flow of trade, for example, trade in goods, example, cloth or wheat. India was a hub of trade in pre-modern world, and it exported textiles and spices in return for gold and silver from Europe. So India is famous for its spices, is famous for its textiles. So it used to export a lot of it, and in return get gold and silver from Europe. So this was flow of trade. Fine cotton was produced in India and was exported to Europe. With industrialization, British cotton manufacture began to expand, and industrialists pressurized the government to restrict the cotton imports and protect local industries. As a result of the tariffs that were imposed on cloth imports, the inflow of fine Indian cotton began to decline. So, as the domestic industries of British expanded, they grew. So they pressurized the government as if because of the imports, that is the cheap imports and good quality imports from India, they were not able to expand themselves. Their products didn't get that value. So they pressurized government to reduce that imports by imposing tariffs as if taxes on the imported goods. So this would eventually lead to a rise in the prices of the Indian cotton in Britain. So thus it would help the British manufacturers to expand, because now the people, as if the normal public in Britain, would, rather than buying the expensive imported Indian cotton, would rather buy cotton from its domestic industries. So because of that pressurization by cotton manufacturers, the government had to import tariffs, that is taxes, imposed on cloth imports. The inflow of fine Indian cotton began to decline. So now, since it has now become expensive in Britain, the Indian cotton has become expensive in Britain. The demand decreased, imports decreased, so inflow of fine Indian cotton began to decline. The flow of labor, migration of people in search of employment. So since agricultural sector was declining in India, as and even in many parts of the world, so since the exports declined, agricultural sector declined, so people now were moving for new employment opportunities, for new livelihood, so they begin migration. In field of labor, indentured labor was provided for mines. So indentured labor, the concept came after abolition of slavery. So indentured labor, they have well-laid plans, as if their work time term, that is the term for which they will be working, and the working conditions, all were discussed very prior. So that is indentured. So in the field of labor, indentured labor was provided for mines, plantations, and factories abroad. Because of the lack of livelihood, because of the lack of employment opportunities in one's own nation, now people begin migrating to other countries for work. So they were working in mines, plantations, and factories abroad in huge numbers in 19th century. So the number went huge during 19th century. This was an instrument of colonial domination by British. Indentured laborers were hired under contracts which promised return travel to India after they had worked 5 years on their employer's plantation. So indentured labor, that is their all the contracts have been made, agreement have been signed with the labor that for a particular term he'll be working, and after that he'll return to his home nation. So but that didn't actually work that way. The living conditions were harsh, laborers had little protection of the law, as they had little rights. So the living conditions, the working conditions were very harsh. They were forced to work throughout the day and throughout the nights. They were not given proper rest. They were not provided with required health facilities, good drinking water, food facilities. So the working conditions were very harsh. They were very bitter, and the laborers had little protection of law, as if they can't help it out. They have to complete the contract, otherwise the all the work would become vain. They'll not be paid for the work, so they have to complete the work. They had little protection of the rights. The movement of capital or investments. So, Britain took generous loans from USA to finance the World War. Since India was an English colony, the impact of these loan debts was felt in India too. So, during World War, to finance the firearms, the guns, tanks, and all, Britain took a huge amount of loan from USA, and that's the reason it went into loan debt, because it was unable to pay the loan after that. So, since India was a colony of Britain, so the effects of these loan debts was also felt in India too. Food and other crops for the world market required capital. Large plantations could borrow it from banks and markets. Also, uh, the world market need food, crops, and the plantations, which is responsible for as if plantations where all those crops grow. So large plantations could borrow it from banks and markets. So if they need any capital. Capital means the land or the instruments, as if the agricultural instruments or any machinery or labor or money to pay wages to labor. So this any capital or any required money, they can borrow it from banks and markets. So that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.